It's 3:25. Wow, still up. I don't know. Guess I can't really sleep. Um, I was watching Ember's Ember today. This woman just still pointing fingers and still trying to. The mainstream media still. I don't know if it's because the mainstream media is still trying to cover for her, and it's once again new media, as Draymond Green would say, new media. Independent media is holding her accountable, but most of the mainstream media is not holding Amber accountable at all. Most of yeah, most of the mainstream media, yeah, most of the mainstream media is not holding Amber at all accountable. Mother of all lies. She's still not, you know, she's still not taking no responsibility for any of all the lies that she tell, and she just continue. Like, some people, like even the mainstream media is trying to say, oh, maybe Johnny could. This woman just won't leave this man alone. This woman literally tried to blackmail Johnny. She came to his life like a real succubus and tried to suck him dry for everything he had. And even after all the stuff she put Johnny through for the last 6 years, and the sons run with her lies, and then she have connections, and they dismiss all the Johnny witness and everything, didn't give him a fair trial. I'm sorry, the sons is a very corrupt place. The fact that they could be so corrupt to dismiss some, the sons is a very corrupt country. I guess they justice system sucks, unfortunately. I'm sorry to say. So um yes, all the real people that's coming in, please follow me. Please give a like. Do a comment if you've been watching the Amber Heard's case, because I literally watched the whole case, and I always cool with Johnny. I think he's an amazing actor. And as I said, if you watch videos, I did several videos about, like, I heard when things was going on, but I guess because I'm working and I'm jumping around, I don't really watch regular. I don't really watch regular TV. I think I stopped watching regular TV for the last 16 years when I started finding out most of the regular TV news and stuff like that usually not telling you the full story. They're like reading off a script or whatever the case it is. So I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like Netflix. At least when I watch Netflix, I know I'm watching a movie. I feel very deceptive when somebody's telling me something that's supposed to be real, and then I find out it's not really real. I feel like I'm wasting my time. Cause here I am in my mind. I already put it in my mind that whatever you're telling me actually is supposed to be real and supposed to have some merit. But when I find out you're just like a Netflix movie that I'm watching, then I'm like, "Shit, for all that I could go watch Netflix. I shouldn't be watching something that's supposed to be real, that it's not real. It's scripted like a movie." And I'm like, it's kind of weird. I'm wasting my time here. So I start noticing you got more independent media, people that are actually just sitting on their couch that actually willing to tell you the truth. You got people that are not verified, but they put out honest content, and you could literally learn a lot more from somebody that's not even verified. Some people just get started a month ago. Some people are still not verified. They're trying to get their stuff up, but they're willing to be honest with you, and tell you, okay, this is what I'm trying to say, like what's going on in their neighborhood, or what's going on in their rent office, or whatever the case is. They're just pointed out as it is, or rather it make their neighborhood look bad, or make some people that's trying to represent them look bad, at least they try to be honest. So I started noticing like, yeah, I need to be more an independent media. And it's like, even though I wanted to cover like, cases and, celebrities and do my gaming, but every time like I'm supposed to be posting videos and talking more, sometimes I'm just like getting caught up with just working and different stuff. But this Johnny Depp case, I was like, I kind of was just watching it. Like, I guess I should be streaming it when I was watching it, but I was just watching like Nate. I was watching The Umbrella Man. I was watching Emily Baker. I was just watching all these amazing people that are lawyers, or and watching the DY guy getting up, watching James going to the courtroom to tell you what's going on in the court, and just seeing all of these amazing independent people willing to spend their money and actually go to the court, go all the way to Georgia. That they don't have a $1 million company that's backing them. They're spending their own money to go just to see the truth. I was like, wow, that's yeah. I was like, that's what's up. So it's just like Amber is like, once again, she's like, people keep talking about what if Johnny's supposed to like, drop the case or what Johnny should do, but like this woman is not leaving this great man alone. This woman, here you here here she is. She's supposed to be home taking care of her kids. Sometimes you do something wrong, you want to lay low for a few months, be like, let's get all the especially if I'm somebody in front of the camera. I know I did wrong, and the funniest thing, most of the people that's actually holding her accountable is independent media. A lot of the mainstream media is still on her side. So the fact if she go away, spend some time with her kid, put a few months, hide away for a few months, so the mainstream media is still on her side. So I'm sure she's still gonna got work to do compared to when she tell all these lies and Johnny. All the mainstream media turn on him. Most of the people that have his back is some stars that really know them for years, that just think something was wrong with what she's saying, that actually was still cool with Johnny. But most of the mainstream media cancel him. Only real people that know him. And he had some real fans that didn't believe and be like, you have some real fans and some independent media that just they didn't believe, like there's something that's just something about this don't sound right. So he had some real fans that was like willing to say like, yeah, we need more. We need more. Like before we just gonna cancel Johnny, we need more. Let's take a look at this person evidence that she's saying she really had. And then when some people was looking at some of the evidence with even in the Sons and the way the Sons handle his case, a lot of people from that whole Sons case was like, yo, Johnny have the Sons actually like did a really bad job and dismissed all his evidence. But then people start looking that, oh, Amber Heard know people that's actually on the court, and they do the connection, and okay. And it was like, this makes sense why the judge just, dismiss all his evidence and just give her the win. I was like, there's a lot going on here. So a lot of real people in real life was like, yeah, we need to stand by Johnny. Let's see if we could get, because we see that there is a hoax going on here to slander his name and cancel his career and try to make his kids look bad, try to make his family look bad. There's somebody put a hit out for him, and there's a lot of big people that is turning a blind eye to what's really going on. So it was amazing to see Johnny, still have a man of substance and a man that actually have some money to be like, you know what, I'm gonna, if I just got to get my truth out there, and if I could get real people to see the truth, and if I get a fair justice system and I get my story out there, I could feel better when I go to bed. Because once again, Johnny's just, I think he's over nice. I feel like Johnny is one of those people that if you have in your family or a friend, that you wanna like, you wanna cherish somebody like him. Because people like Johnny, you probably meet, there might be one, two, four, five people in your life you're ever gonna meet. So when you meet people that is genuinely good and want good for you and willing to, those people are hard to find. So when you find them, you want to hold on to them by any means necessary. You want to treat people like those good to keep them around. Because I think, when you don't take care of people like those, they're hard to replace. People with substance that really want good for you are hard to replace. And unfortunately, some people never count their blessing. Like, even after everything that she did for Ember and her friends and family, she still wanted to take him down and damage his name, and she feel like she should get all the blessings that he's getting. But sometime in life, when somebody's getting blessing, when if you're being devious and evil and mother of lie, and you're wondering why he have what he have, you're blocking your own blessings, because you spend way too much time wondering why does this person have so much good people that love them, and why you're not getting that love, or why you're not getting certain roles. You're thinking wrong. You, your mind and your heart is in a bad place. So yeah, let's listen to a little Ember here. Let's hear a little deception from her, I guess.
Thinks about what happened in the privacy home in my marriage behind closed doors. I don't presume the
And she gonna say what judgment you think about her in her marriage. What judgment? You wasn't saying that. The fact that this woman is still getting mainstream media coverage, that alone show you who the mainstream media is protected. Here, you see that the proof is in the pudding. This woman is talking about these people are protecting powerful men and all. Johnny's getting love from real people in real life that are not rich, that are not controlling, you know, that are not controlling other people's life. You're getting, even when you're proving that you're the mother of lies. You're literally the mother of lies, and still mainstream media still want to make coverage for you, even when everybody could see that you're lying, and the evil you have done to this great man that came in your life and was and willing to did nothing but good for you and your family. And it's a damn shame to see the mainstream media still not holding you account. You still, even after everything that you did, you still have a platform. You're still in movie. You still have makeup deals. So she's saying, men are supposed to be protected. You accuse a man wrongfully, and he literally got canceled and was redeemed guilty, and he got to wait 6 years just to clear his name. And even when he clear his name, the mainstream media is still saying, "Oh, don't you feel bad for this woman? Don't you feel bad for this woman ruin this man's life and lie? Don't you feel bad for Amber Heard? Don't you feel bad? We need to give her the coverage." Yeah, don't let's not talk about John. Let's not talk about what you put Johnny through. Forget about what you put Johnny through. Let's see what kind of movie can we get Amber in. What can we do to make sure she's healing? The mainstream media is still treating Amber like the victim after everything she did to Johnny. She only people are holding her accountable are real people like me and you. Anybody that's listening right now, it's real people that's actually, got jobs, willing to cover the story, independent media. We are the people that's actually willing to hold this woman accountable. Because mainstream media is still putting out hit piece and still trying to show her in a good light, even though she is lying. Like, they will literally CNN put out a documentary and literally cut out all the negativity that she don't understand, and trying to kind of flip it to make it seems like, Johnny, it's like they still not covering the real victim here, which is Johnny. Johnny is the real victim here. Yes, there's plenty of guys out there that are victims. Doesn't matter your gender, your eye color, your hair color. There's plenty of guys that are victims out there, and mainstream media seems to not want to cover that. And here is Ember going on a tour after losing of destroying a man's family. This this man could have literally, if it was any worse, this man could have literally end up in jail, money. This man put everything in this woman, his blood, sweat, tears, money, everything. and she take it and throw it out the window like a piece of trash. The mother of life. This woman is pure evil. And I don't see mainstream media calling this out. They still shielding for this woman. Let's listen to more of the mother of lies. What is she talking about?
The average person should know those things, and so I don't take it personally. But even somebody who is sure I'm deserving of all this hate and vitriol, even if you think that I'm lying, you still couldn't look me in the eye and
Amber Hall here talking about even, the average woman and average, is nothing average about you. You're a woman that been blessed your whole life. You're spoiled. You're a woman that's you overachieve. You're a woman that live in a great country, that you are part of the 0.000% to have opportunity that millions of people that don't have, that you still don't count your blessings. And it's really sad. And this woman talking about if real people gonna look in your eyes. Yes, I'm looking in your eyes right now. Woman, you're the mother of lies and you're lying. And the the mainstream media is actually treating you are literally somebody, you would be the guy that literally kills somebody, and mainstream media is still not holding you accountable. And you're talking about mainstream media is treating you more than good. Only person is really holding you accountable is real life people, independent media. Independent media is holding you accountable. Mainstream media is covering for you. So for you, if you're looking at independent media, yes, real people, millions of independent media, people that's on YouTube, people that's on Snapchat, people that's on TikTok, people that's on people that's and we have Twitter, TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Snapchat. It's just really independent media is holding her accountable. So the fact that she's gonna act like, mainstream media is not doing anything to you, not even a little bit. Mainstream media is still covering for you. And if you've been watching all these mainstream media, you can't act like they're holding you accountable, because you're not. If you ask me, you should be in prison. You should be locked up for the next 6 years or even more. What you did to this man, you should be locked up. Let's listen to the mother of all lies.
tell me that you think on something, no, you think unfair.
Well, and if we think on social media, there have been a fair representative. Yes, on social media, they've been more than fair, because on mainstream media, you're not getting held accountable for anything. The mainstream media is not holding this woman accountable for anything. And this is sad, because if this was the next way around and Johnny did to Amber, to what Amber did to Johnny, he would be getting dragged in every station. He would be getting dragged in every station. He probably, maybe, some people that like Johnny would be like, wow, we thought he was a better guy. You'd probably still get some independent media that said, wow, we can't believe he did it. But you probably wouldn't have that much independent media, but it would be like, hopefully, Johnny could get help, but the mainstream media would be dragging him. He wouldn't be getting this coverage and this they wouldn't be praising him, even though he lose the case. They wouldn't be propping him up. Mainstream media would be dragging Johnny from the same day. That you would see nothing but negative coverage and all mainstream media about Johnny. I'm not seeing that about Ember. Only time I could get something that's holding Ember accountable is me, Nate, LawTube, some more independent media. Those are the people that I see holding Ember accountable. Let's listen to this. Oh my God.
On what the jury decided. There's no polite way to say it. The jury did the evidence you presented. They listened to your testimony, and they did not. They thought you were lying.
Look at this harpy. Look at this succubus. Look at this woman. This woman is pure evil. The deception in this woman's face is dripping. The deception. Of course, they don't believe her, but the mainstream media is still trying to cover for this harpy. Like this woman is lying. This woman, take advantage of real life situation pain going on out there. This woman tried to take down a really good man that's over good. After everything that Johnny been through in his childhood, I think Johnny tries so hard. Cause in life, sometimes when you go through like a really um hard childhood, sometimes it could break you and you could be one of the worst person in life when you go through. But sometimes you're strong minded enough and you're trying to be you want so much good for other people. Sometimes you just feel like sometimes it's like you take the burden of the world on your shoulder, and you said like it's like you feel like you take all the whipping of life for everybody else, and you try to be this amazing person for everybody else. Because sometimes it's like you just feel like, man, life could be so hard, and you feel like life should be better for some people, because sometimes you feel like you've been through so much and you don't want to see people go through what you go through, the struggles, the nightmares. So sometimes, and I think that's what Johnny do. I think Johnny take on the burden of other people. He want. I think sometimes it's hard for Johnny to see that people are toxic for his life, and that some people are just there to use him. Like, yo, it's hard for John to see that, yo, these people actually don't love you. They just love the the lifestyle you could afford them, the stuff that you do for them. Like, they don't actually care about you the way you actually genuinely care about them. Not only you are a rich person, but you're a rich person from the inside. But some people, when they taking advantage of Johnny, and they're not seeing like, yo, it's not that he just have diamonds, it's not that he just have rings. He's actually a rich person from the inside. Johnny is just generally a nice guy, whether he was broke or rich. That's just him. Because a lot of rich people are some of the worst people you could meet. A lot of rich people are not nice. Sometimes you would think because somebody is rich, they're nice. No, a lot of rich people are very, you know, taught down, put you down, don't do nothing for you. So you can't say, oh, it's because you're rich that no. There's a lot of rich people that are not nice at all. Some rich people are some of the worst people you could ever meet in life. So when you meet somebody that rich and have it and willing to share and actually willing to carry you and try to give you a little bit of the knowledge and stuff they've been through, you can't take that for granted. And that's the thing with Johnny. He's over nice. So sometimes even when people is not treat him the way Johnny should be treated, like a king. And a lot of people around him don't appreciate his kindness and the goodness that he do for everybody else around him, and the love and the wealth he try to spread. A lot of people, as I said, man, I pray Johnny spends more time with his kids, man. I hope when he do this album, yes, I'm buying his album, and whatever movie come out, and I'm going to see it. I'm probably going to go see next movie come out. I'm probably going to go see that movie 3 times. I ain't playing. So whatever Johnny's doing, you got my support 100%. So you already know that goes. So yeah, I pray he just pull. I pray this wake him up, and I know he probably shake him up. He probably got a few nightmares about this. So I pray he start pulling the people that he could finally look at these people faces, look in their eyes. Bring the kids a little closer. Bring people that actually love him. Go a little closer, and make sure if he decide to date anybody else, make sure it's somebody that the family is actually income, somebody that could love him for him and his family, somebody that want him and his family around. We got to pray for this man. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to the mother of all lies. This stuff is making my blood boil, man. Every time I turn on mainstream media, man, it shake me up, man. to see what this woman did to this man, and mainstream media is still not holding this harpy accountable, man. They just keep trying to cover for this woman, and mainstream media still acting like this woman did nothing wrong, man. This woman should be locked up, man. Let's let's listen to this mother of all lies that never take blame for anything. She's Miss Angel. Let's listen to the angel.
I'll put it this way, how could they make a judgment? How could they not come to that conclusion? They had sat in those seats and heard over 3 weeks.
And then and and then and then and then you listen to this harpy, and then you listen to this harpy talking about how could they. No, they got a job to do. Anybody that's actually honest and not evil, and have a fear jewelry people that you don't know in your back pocket, like in the UK, they would have came up with the same thing. I don't think you should get any money at all. You shouldn't win anything. So they was way more nice. If I was on that jury, you wouldn't win anything. I wouldn't give you a dime of Johnny money. I wouldn't give you a dime. And if I could lock you up, I would have had on charges, and I would have tell him to lock you up. I ain't playing. I would have locked this woman up. This woman is getting off easy, and social media is not making things any easier. It's like you have somebody that did something bad,